Hello UB tubers, it is Gizzy Greenfingers here, and what you have in front of you is my Wisteria, and it's coming along quite nicely. I've had this Wisteria for 4 years, and it's only the last year I've really been working on the top. Really, it's the first time I've wired it. It was this bit which I wanted to weep, this bit. I thought that would look nice in years to come, with blue flowers coming down on that bit, and other sections when they get long enough. But that's not why we're here. We're here because in 4 years I've never done anything to the rootstock. I haven't touched it. I've repotted it. You can look back at my Wisteria videos. I've repotted it, but I've never actually gone in depth to have a look at what we got going on in the pot. And I've sort of neglected this tree, to be fair, because I needed, it was in a ceramic pot, and I needed that pot. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna pinch it. So I pinched the ceramic pot that I put this in, and just yanked it out of the soil and just stuffed all the soil with roots in this pot. And it's been in this for the best part of 2 years now. And I think it's about time I was a little bit nicer to it. And I've got some nice soil mix that I've made up, and we got a nice pot to put it in. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at today. Having a good old rootage around in the pot. So we get started, shall we? So first things first, let's get it out this pot. There we go. So I didn't even put enough soil in the bloody pot. It had a huge gap underneath. Poor thing. Poor thing. Right, be a poor thing. Right. Well, where do you start? That is the $1 million question, isn't it? Well, we first start by taking it off this, because that's only going to wind me up, like it always does. And then I've got to try and get in a position where I don't knock the camera and we still get enough light on the situation. So what I'm doing is, as you lot know, is I'm just gonna tweak away at this root system and see what we've got, you see. I bought this from a chap, or chapess, from eBay 4 years ago. It's got to be about 4 years ago. It's ages ago. And then I sort of just didn't grow, but I never fed it, you know what I mean? Never fed it, and it didn't grow, so I just sort of neglected it. I just put it in a pot and let it do its thing. And since then, it's been doing its thing, and I've looked back and gone, ooh, that looks nice. It's so wet though, but you can't. Yeah, that is mine. It was seashells on the seashore. And that is because I was poor, and that's all I bought. I'm still poor, but I just like to use Akadama, red lava rock, and pumice. I'm not even going to put any soil mix with this mix for this tree. You know what? I'm not going to, because lavenders, they like it on the dry side. You see them a lot in hotbeds, really. That's not what I'm going to do. We've got a big gnarly root here, which I don't know what he's doing. Ooh, we've got some white roots. God, it's so wet. So I'm trying to be careful that I don't damage where I've wired on the actual tree. On the tree. Oh, come on. Right, let's just move that back. Let's just move that back. Focus a bit better. And sort out what you're going to do. So, oh dear, that went all over my blind, that did. Crying out loud. It gives you an excuse to buy a new blind, gives it? Well, I suppose it does. I suppose it does. Well, that's a better way of doing it. So I want to get rid of all this composty crap. Because that's holding on to so much water. Now, I said I didn't do any root work to this. I did. I think I cut the tap root off. That's why I've got a big void underneath. So I have done some work, but I've not done, it's only been mediocre like tap root, and that's it really. I'm just trying to clean all through these little crevices out, because some of these roots I want to cut off today. I'm not sure what ones yet until I get right out into it. And I don't want to be too mental and do them all today. I might do some today and then some next year, because I don't like taking a lot of rootage off in one sitting. But looking at how wet this is, I can see how it has struggled the last 2 years by my own fault. But I'm learning. I went to Swindon Sunday to their Swindon Winter Image Bonsai show. Yes, it was great. There was lots of famous faces. Well, you've just got to look at my other video. It's on my channel. And you'll see all them famous faces. Yeah, a good day out. Definitely be doing that again. Definitely. So we are starting to get somewhere with this. We're starting to fluff it out, because you want to keep all them fibrous roots, the smaller roots you want. It's got that big gnarly one there, and I think he's going to be coming out at some point today. I'm not happy with that. Now I'm just inspecting it to see if I can actually remove that whole section without jeopardising the tree's existence. But no one knows. No one knows what's going to happen. I don't know, but you've got to torment these trees. You've got to torment them to keep them bonsai. Yeah? Bonsai, yeah. So, try and get you a closer look at the situation. So that is a big mass, and that is a lot of rootage at the same time, which does scare me a little. But like I said, you got to do these things. You just got to do these things. You just got to do it. If it dies, it dies. But if it survives, it'll thrive. It'll be right. So I'm using my trusty wire cutters here. You can use the right tools, but I prefer wire cutters. They do the job just as well. Ta-da! But we're not finished yet. I want to get right into that base. He's coming out. Pow! Pow! Yeah, it's a bit harder than I thought. Perseverance and all, and you'll get there. Yes, that one. It's all the guessing game, isn't it? It's all the guessing game, Gizzy. I just don't want to remove too much or the wrong bit and it kills the whole tree. But that whole section there, that coming out. I should have used my concave root cutters for this, but while you've got your bloody wire cutters in your hand, you might as well just use the same tool, isn't it? That's what I say. That's what I say. So we're nearly there. I made such a mess. That's alright, you can clean that up after. We'll leave that like that. That looks good. That will be under the ground. See them white shoots, they're new shoots that have come out this year, which is great. It's great news. So I just found a big root right underneath that I don't want. So we'll have him out as far at the base as I can. Pow. And he's off. I think we got another one there. So that can be taken off. Pow. That's that. I think I'm about there, ladies and gentlemen. A few fine touches just to get the rest of that wet, claggy compost off. Ready for my new mix. But the more I'm looking at this, that needs to come off, doesn't it? I'm taking that off. I'm not happy with that. I want him off. I just hope that's not going to be detrimental to the tree. Detrimental? Yeah, I just hope it won't kill the tree. When in Rome, pow, and he off. That's a lot of rootage, guys. But that. See, I want to have them off and all, but not today. Not today. I'll take it one day at a time, or 1 year at a time. So I've just been making a bit of space for that. Where's that book on? So we'll put it in a proper bonsai pot, I think. And it will sit in the pot. Something like that. because you've got all that working like that, you see. Alright, look a picture, well, my Wisteria. And if it goes wrong, I'll be in hysteria. Yes, that's right. I could probably take more rootage off, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to stress it out. If I haven't stressed it out enough. Now, here's my soil mix, which is Akadama, lava rock and pumice. 50% Akadama and 25 of the others. And what we do is we just a little layer on the surface. Zoom in a little so you can see all the action. Now, I always put too much in to start with. How did I want this in the pot again? Something like that. There's a big cavity under there. So, you can have that in that part. You want that lower. Sink that in that cavity. Ooh, yeah, that looks perfect, Gizzy. I'm sorry, you can't see a lot. That is perfect for where I want it. You want to make sure you've centered it in the pot correctly and at the right angle. Which I want my angle to be like that. So when you're happy with how you want it in the pot, then you can commence with filling it with your mix. And I've told you all about my mix, so we'll do that. I'm not going to wire it in, no. I've sort of, there's only a couple of trees that I probably will wire in, but this one I'm not going to wire it in because, well, I've done this work. It's going to go in the greenhouse. I'm not going to have it outside because we had a frost last night. Yeah, the date is February the 17th, 18th, something like that. So, some of you are probably saying, oh, that's far too early to bloody repot that. What are you playing at? And I go, well, I don't know. I'll just do things my way. And I'll suffer the consequences after. So that's all you can do, you see. Yeah, did I tell you the story about me not liking Chinese food? That's why I don't have chopsticks. Well, like noodles. She's looking good. When you water that in, that sort of help anchor it all down how you want it. So like that. Oh, that's a picture, that is. That is a picture. think we're there. Now, all that needs now is a good old water, and should be loving it. So that is it, YouTubers. She has been watered. There we go. She's been had a good root prune, didn't she? She had a lot of rootage off her. Hopefully she'll be okay. And maybe if it survives in time, these other two can come out possibly. So you've just got one bit of bark that splits off into two. And we've got all these little bits that look like they're starting to bud out. Get ready to anyway, you know what I mean? Which I did think it was dead, because it just does look dead for the whole of winter. But then these have started to get a bit of colour in now, which makes me go, ooh yeah, it's not dead. And there's a little experiment I've been doing, just trying to weep that down. And when some of these other ones grow out a bit, I'm gonna sort of do that on some of the other ones as well, which I just think would make a nice bonsai wisteria, you know. But if you've enjoyed watching this and you want to see more of this wisteria and see if it survives, then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra for now. Gizzy green fingers. Pow.